Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It's got to be one of the best, or my favorite at least, swirly forearm tattoo designs I've done so far. I'm really happy with the flow of it. Anyway, this all says stuff using Loren Sherman's script, which this is a key to it right here. This script, instead of having every letter look the same way, it actually uses a combination of modifiers and stems to make each letter. So you can have the same letter look a bunch of different ways by combining the different stems and modifiers together in different ways. Alright, with that being said, you read this script starting at the bottom and then going counterclockwise, like a time traveler going back in time. And if you have a linear design like this, you would read left to right, because if you imagine an infinitely large circle, the bottom of that circle would start here, and then going counterclockwise, you would hit, going counterclockwise, you just kind of go in a straight line, because if it's an infinitely large circle, it would never curve up, so it would just be kind of straight. Anyway, so here's our first word. The bottom of the word circles here, so this is our very first letter. This first letter is a deep divot stem, so it's this very first row. It's like an omega, it curves back in on itself, and there are no dots on it. These open circles are vowels, and they're on that stem like a bead on a string attached to it. So they're in this position, which if we look down here, is an O. Vowels are always little circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are, and if they're attached on one of these four-letter stems. Anyway, so this is a double letter because it's a double line here. So if you look at our design, because there's two rings around this letter and they're the same thickness, it is a double letter. So this is a B double O. And then we have a K with two dots, two dot modifiers, and it's a circle inside the word circle. And then we have our last letter, which is this shallow divot. So unlike the deep divot, which curves back in on itself, the shallow divot does not, and it has three lines, making it an S. So these 1, 2, 3 lines ending on it count for the S. It doesn't matter that these lines combine. What matters is where they end. So anyway, BOOKX. S, sorry, I can't talk, not X, S, books. And then we have these three dots, which I don't have punctuation written on this guide because it's just the pocket guide to letters and words. Punctuation marks, three dots is an exclamation point. So here's the exclamation point, and it's kind of separated by this little mark, which isn't part of any letters, so it just kind of helps separate this kind of sentence and this sentence. So books, exclamation point. And then we have our word here, bottom of it's here. Our first letter is this one, and it's a TH because it's a circle on the line of the word circle with no modifiers. And then we continue around to hit our vowel, which is on the line of the word circle. So if a vowel's on the word circle itself, we check here, and it's on that line, making it an E, like this. So the, and then we have our next word, bottom of it's here. It's another B, just like this B, and it's got another vowel. And if we check our B stem, the vowel's in the middle, which is an E because it's in the middle position. So BE, continuing around. Here's another shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 lines. That's an S, just like this S. And then we have a shallow divot with no modifiers, making it a T. So best. Then we have our next word here, bottom of it's here. Shallow divot again with only 1, 2 lines instead of 3. That makes it a W. Then we have this vowel, and if we look at the line of where the word circle would go, that matters for when you have a vowel enclosed in a shallow divot stem. So if we look at this, if it's on the line of the word circle or inside towards the middle, it's an E. If it were outside that word circle, it would be an A. So outside the word circle would be an A. Excuse me. But this is an E. So WE. Speaking about outside the word circle being an A, here's an actual letter A outside the word circle. Continuing around, here's our next letter, and it's a circle inside the word circle. So we're in this row, and there are 1, 2 lines radiating out from it, so that makes it a P. Then we have an O hanging out inside the word circle, like that. Back to our word. Here is an N with 1 line on it. Lines passing through letters don't count or change anything so long as they don't end on it. So it's important that this line ends here on the shallow divot, not on the N. Anyway, so here's the N, and then here's our last S. 1, 2, 3 lines, just like this S. So weapons, Then we have this word, bottoms here. Here's another vowel, and it's in this position on the line of the word circle, but it has a line going towards the middle, which makes it an I. So I, continuing around, here's an N, one line on it, just like this N. So in, and then we have our next little word. So this one is kind of a tricky word order. It might be easy to read this one first because if you're continuing to the outside of the word circle and this is the first one you hit, but the center of the circle is more to the left than the center of this word circle. It kind of comes down to visually where you see it. So here's the word the, T-H-E, just like that word the, T-H-E. And then here's our world around here. I kind of have some lines pointing towards the. That doesn't actually matter, but it visually helps the flow look like it goes from this word to this word to this word. So visually, first word, second word, third word, fourth word, fifth word, sixth word, the last word. And then, talking about that last word, let's go ahead and read it. It's another W, just like this W with two lines on it. An O inside the word circle, just like that O. 1, 2, 3 dots on a shallow divot makes an R. See? Here, R. And then we have our next letter, 1, 2, 3 dots on the L. Oh, and this, even though it looks like an A is outside the word circle, it's got lines ending on it, so it can't be an A. An A has no lines on it. This is actually the period at the end of the sentence, more punctuation. This swirl here, just like this swirl, is making kind of like the sentence circle, so I'd put punctuation on that. So W-O-R-L, and then we have a deep divot with 3 dots, making it a D. So world, period. So books, the best weapons in the world, period. So yeah, that's that design. And again, I'm really, really happy with how it turned out, and I hope it makes an awesome forearm tattoo for you. Bye.